Hey guys, finished season 29 of Diablo 3. I'm just doing a final statistics video on the season. Uh, it was very short, so I'm gonna get started and then I'll write it up first, do the statistics, and then I'll commentate on it. So just give me a moment. Okay, so Diablo 3 Season 29 Final Statistics video. Completed the game. When I say I completed the game, what I mean is I achieved Paragon 800. By the time I finished the Rift, I was 802. Stats and all growth Paragon-wise stops at Paragon 800. What I mean by that is when I hit 801, I didn't receive any additional stat points, which sucks, and I didn't receive any additional Paragon points, which also sucks. No extra stats were added, no additional points. For me, it's pointless to continue if I can't get stronger. Diablo 3 has always been a game of, you could play, who knows, like you could get to Paragon 100,000. You could play for the rest of your life, basically. And every single day, you would get stronger and stronger and stronger. The more you play, the stronger you get. 5 strength points doesn't sound like much, but you have to think of it like this. Every stat of strength is a percentage towards your damage. If you have 20,000 strength, it multiplies your damage by 20,000%. So now if you farm up to 50,000 strength, you've gone from 20,000 to 50,000. So you've 2.5, basically, you've made your character 2.5 times stronger. So for me, this was always the motivating factor, is stat farming. Stat farming makes you stronger. The goal is to get it to where you can speed farm GR150. If you can't do that, I'm out. There's no point. I can't get stronger. I'll just play the next game. Total time spent in Season 29, 12 hours, 47 minutes, 4 seconds. I did everything solo. I was very casual about it. I played a few hours after work, and I just worked. I had 15 hours of overtime at work, so I could only put in like 2 or 3 hours a day. I really didn't have much time at all. By the time I would do my workout, go to work, come home, shower, cook, and then I might get an hour or two in, and then I have to go to bed. So I work full-time, and this week I work over full-time, and even I could do it in a couple of days. So anyone should be able to do this. If you're a full-time gamer or streamer, and you can sit at home all day, or if you're unemployed, you could do this in one sitting. A 13-hour gaming run is not that bad, especially if you got pizza and energy drinks. You can easily knock that out with some Sprite. So that part is kind of good and bad. I'll go over that in a moment. Size for streaming was 389 gigabytes. The quality was 4K 120 FPS at 80 megabits per second for the bit rate. Pros, very, very easy to gear up and get all your stuff. I really like the new additional rifts they added. In a very short time, I was able to get all of my gear. It really was not that bad. Paragon allowing you to dump 200 points into any specific section felt great. For two-handed weapons, they're very slow. So every little bit of attack speed you add gives you a ton of chart damage. Now, I tried it with critical hit damage first. I tried it with critical percent. And then I did it at the end with attack speed. Attack speed was knocking off 30 seconds to a minute of my clear time for speedruns, because now my auto Fist of the Heavens is attacking so fast, I'm clearing ridiculously fast. So Paragon 95 Plus was like 2-minute clear times. And again, I'm not min-maxing. I'm not perfectly set up to do a speed run. I'm just casually geared for it. The cons, it was very, very, very short. You can start a character level 1 on season, end up level 70. Like, let's say you woke up that morning. You've already made some food. You've got your, soda, whatever you're drinking. You start gaming. Okay. By the end of that gaming day, if you spent 13 or 14 hours, hell, you could probably do it a lot faster than I did. Gears of the God setup for Demon Hunter, Gears of Dreadland, that would have been way more efficient than my build. I just love the pony ride, because you press one button and it zaps everything. So, again, you could start level 1 right now, get to level 70, and that will take you longer than anything else. Then when you start Paragon farming, once you get your set, within 1 day. So from that morning till that night, you could be fully geared out and you could just be Paragon 800 and you're done in 1 day. So to me, that's really short. That's ridiculously short. For people that work a lot, that's great because now they're going to have ample time. But if you can do all the content in 1 day and it lasts for 3 months, well, at least you can go play another game because it's not going to take that long. So for me, there's no point to play unless I'm getting stronger. If the only thing left to do is get better gear, gear only gets you so far. Paragon was the major component in strength, damage, and survival, so that's going to be it for Season 29 for me. Side notes, if they wanted me to play longer, let the final Paragon cap be 3200. Each section of stat line, there's 4 tabs, and each tab has 4 lines. So within that, it's 200 points to fill out each row. 200 times 4 is 800. 800 times 4 is 3200. If I were allowed to completely max out all of my Paragon points and become stronger and more tanky, that would motivate me to play longer. I would have a reason to farm Paragon. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point if progress is no longer incremental and has a cap. So, I mean, I can't do anything. Right now, the only thing I can do for my character is I can add an accumulation of experience points that doesn't do anything until the season ends and then it goes to my main account, which is Paragon 3.7k. Okay, that's great. However, I'm stuck with a character that cannot get better. So I can't do the higher levels of GR. I can't get faster EXP. I can't farm Paragon levels that well. So there's no point. That's just my personal take. Because that's how I see each season of Diablo 3. They always make the game easier and easier and easier with the season themes. So that way you can push up to GR 150. But with this one, it's kind of like a novelty thing. It's not going to really... You're not going to farm in it because you're capped too early. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go back to Classic Hardcore WoW. Yeah, I'll just finish that up. And then I'll move on to the next game. I've been trying to, on my days off, to play a completely new game. So, Halls of Torment, Ace Combat, something. And then throughout the week when I'm working, I'm going to be far too busy. So I just need to constantly play something like a routine game, like a chore game, just to kind of relax before I have to get back to work. So Classic WoW is kind of like my thing right now, just because I missed the experience when I was younger. The game's terrible, but I'm going to go through Hardcore Classic, Wrath of the Lich King, and then back to Retail. And then after I've completed all those, I'll just close the chapter on WoW. Because I don't really see the point on Retail to gear up. Because every couple of months when they come out with a new expansion, all that gear you spend a shit ton of time farming is now useless. So what the hell is the point? To me, it completely makes it useless to farm gear. Just wait until they're done with every single expansion, then farm that expansion, because now you're stronger than all the previous versions of yourself. So you essentially just wasted a ton of time with every other previous expansion. Anyways, that's it for Diablo 3. Take care, guys, and I will see you for the next game.